The picturesque and sheltered bay of Carlingford Lough preserves the Norse word fjord to describe a sea inlet. Though the name suggests a Viking presence here, the area formed part of the ancient Irish kingdom of Airgialla, which was granted to Bertram de Verdun by John, then Lord of Ireland, as part of the Anglo-Norman conquest. Shortly after Bertram's death in 1192, his daughter Lescelina married Hugh de Lacy, a younger brother of Walter de Lacy, the powerful Lord of Meath. Hugh now took an interest in establishing a lordship for himself in Ulster, and Carlingford was strategically located from which to make his move north. Ultimately, his ambitions brought him into conflict with John, now king, who arrived in Ireland in 1210 to put manners on Hugh. While en route to Hugh de Lacy's base at Carrickfergus on Belfast Lough, King John visited Carlingford. Since this royal visit in 1210, the castle here has been known as King John's Castle. However, it seems certain that part of the castle is older and must have been constructed by Hugh de Lacy himself. Hugh de Lacy's motivation for choosing this location to construct a castle around 1200 is still clear today. The rock outcrop was ready-made for a defensive position, and it overlooked a sheltered bay that was ideal for landing ships. The original castle built by de Lacy appears to have comprised a roughly circular curtain wall enclosing the summit of the rock outcrop. The D-shaped area on the western side forms part of this first castle. Around the curtain wall are a series of plunging arrow loops that take full advantage of the height of the castle above its surroundings. One of the projecting towers that provided flanking cover to the curtain wall survives, but little remains of the massive gatehouse that stood on the west side of the castle. The earliest residential buildings within the curtain wall were probably of timber construction. These were removed in the late 13th century to make way for a massive stone hall that now occupies the eastern part of the castle, overlooking the harbour below. The presence of such a strong and well-protected castle soon attracted a settlement, which quickly grew into a small town. Access to the sea provided the townspeople with the opportunity to import wine and salt from England and France. Locally caught fish could be exported, and so too timber from the nearby woods, as well as hides from the cattle grazed on the nearby mountain. Extending to the south of the castle is a linear street pattern with a centrally placed market area. Throughout the town, there are many remnants of medieval buildings. One of the best preserved is a fortified townhouse known as the Mint. In 1467, Carlingford was granted a royal license to mint coinage, though the building itself is likely to have been a private residence from the 16th century. Judging by the elaborate carvings on the windows, this resident must have been a wealthy merchant. Nearby are the remains of the South Gate. Known locally as the Thulsel, this was one of 4 gates that controlled access in and out of the medieval town. Also in this area is the site of Carlingford's oldest church. The building that survives today is a Church of Ireland church that is now used as a heritage centre. Built in 1821, it incorporates part of the medieval parish church of the town. At the south end of the town, just outside the former town walls, are the remains of a Dominican friary reputedly founded around 1305 by Richard the Burgh, Earl of Ulster. Today, Carlingford is one of the finest examples of a medieval town surviving anywhere in Ireland. Carlingford Castle is a national monument in state care and is managed by the Office of Public Works.